way out is the other direction. What if Derringer's still back here?
I'll take this.
You could double and magnify Whitman and still not come close to the obscenity of Ginsberg's howl.
Badges. We don't need no stinking badges. Oh wait, this is metamorphosis. You need clearance just to use the bathroom. Never mind.
No more toothless headlines about board meetings and strategy seminars. Madame Prideaux, speaker, listener, warrior, mentor.
I found a cassette. Going in for the attack. Going in to pick his pockets. I got something.
Super Time Force Ultra is an indie tour de force packed with the following essential ingredients: retro pixel art, face-melting 2D action, time travel, hilarious writing, and a rat skateboarding dinosaur. If you are someone who thinks there's a serious lack of hip, innovative games out there, Dr. Cooper has just the remedy. STFU. The arc suits are effective in protecting their wearer against taser strikes, but their Achilles heel is their lack of face protection, which makes them vulnerable to pepper spray. Remember to silence a body scanner before sending the girl through. A simple way to avoid seeing the inside of a confinement cell. Unless that's your thing.
I'll check his pockets. Got it.
Skulls of the Shogun is a turn-based strategy game starring a dead samurai seeking revenge in the afterlife. The gameplay offers deep strategic choices, writing that is shockingly good, and a cool 32-bit vibe that makes you feel cool. I bet those fat cats over at 17-bit are happy. I have now purchased their game on 4 platforms, not that I'm regretting it.
This may come in handy.
There are challenges that improve ability, and
Fellow citizens, it is morning in Metamorphosis.
Certain Prizrak in this area of the facility arm themselves with gas grenades. The effect will knock its target unconscious. Sweet dreams.
Bell staff. This is Quinn Derringer. Security Mandate 714 requires the installation of a confinement room in your offices. The Prizrak need to expand their footprint in Terminus prior to the arrival. Pardon our progress this week as we take a few measurements and knock down a few walls. Please consider this a friendly merger and not a hostile takeover.
I'll check his pockets. Got it.
One time I tried my luck at online dating. After a pleasant lunch, I panicked and asked him if he wanted to come over and play some video games. Surprisingly, he said yes. Finally, I thought to myself, I have somebody to play against in it hug. After a vicious rout, he called it quits and never called me back. I wish he would have let me win, even once.
Sega bomb. Terrorists almost certainly planted explosives inside Metamorphosis.
I don't know which dodgy back-alley journalism school you purchased your press credentials from, Parker, but you must have caught ill the day they explained how a newspaper layout should look, if they ever explained it at all. This collage you left on my desk looks like it was slapped together by a blind child. You left no room for inserts, adverts, ears, or bleed. You know the problem with you, Parker? You're so caught up with the substance, you forget that above all, it needs to look pretty!
I'll check his pockets. Got it.
Aptly described as a top-down, thumb-up hotline puts you in the shoes of a coked-up hitman willing to do anything to anybody. I'm not a fan of video games.
Let's see what he's carrying. I got something.
Every time I turn around, a new Nordic game studio pops up and reinvents an established genre. This inventive and atmospheric title feels more like a classic console platformer imbued with indie spirit than it is a mere endless
This may come in handy.
Bad government fosters juvenile delinquency, and A Clockwork Orange pays tribute to it. Little Alex... Solov argues against nothing to hide, and disastrously fails to prepare his reader for the truth. Everyone...
I'll hold on to this.
video has disappeared. This coming from my source in the Prisrac. More likely they just didn't care for the ending, so they're doing reshoots. As you know, in this day and age, nothing's ever truly gone. Track down the unedited version. I would love to compare it to Hair Director's cut.
Hi, you've reached Matty Sade at the Morning Bell. Please leave a message.
Hello?
Your stupid machine is on.
No, I'm stopping it. Hold on. There we go. Mireille, how are you, darling?
You loathsome.
Ah, not well, I guess.
I just spent the last hour getting slapped down by the headmaster.
Rubbish! Every last word of it. This isn't how I thought I'd spend the eve of the arrival. Oh, Signor Octavo. I am so sorry.
Harold, are you sending me secret messages? Dear Miss Sade, let's not pretend the countdown to this day didn't begin the moment we hired you. As a season...
Have I made a compelling argument for metamorphosis?
You've been most illuminating.
And you've been a delight. Thank you for entertaining this nostalgic old fool.
A cassette.
A subject near to Zager's heart. He wrote about this very issue in the Poisoned Manifesto. As with everything, Zager saw it as a government cover-up in need of undressing. Zager kept lists like this one, to determine where citizens in Metamorphosis stood in case a revolution broke out. I guess I should be relieved he put me on the good side. That would be Derringer's personal office chair. When it went missing, Derringer immediately blamed me. I guess we can close the book on that mystery now. However, the mystery of how Zager got it through the vent remains unsolved. Data keeps best when chilled.
Command and conquer.
On the attack. Target neutralized. I found some of the Prisrac stuff.
To borrow a phrase from C.S. Lewis, frozen synapses, like playing chess with a SWAT team. But unlike chess, you have to plan out all your moves ahead of time before pressing the prime button.
What's yours is mine.
Conrad and I are alike in only one way. English is our third language. The man misunderstands his own material. Even the title, Heart of Darkness, drips with melodrama. Conrad...
Let's see what he's carrying. Nice.
When I first entered the cold world of Fract, I thought I was playing an unfinished game. I wandered around its flat-shaded planescapes, contemplating if I should flame the developers. I then hit some random... The overseer is a glutton for raw data. He's already cleaned his own plate. Now he's eating off yours, mine, and everyone you've ever known.
Let's go for the steal. Got it.
I love the creators behind Road Not Taken. These spry guys are all about paving their own way, which they certainly did with this rogue-inspired puzzle game where you have to survive 14 years in a hostile environment. Yeah, I have no idea what that's like.
Going into the Pris rack left some items.
VVVVVV is like gazing into a prism of video game past without the disappointment that your favorites weren't as good as you remember. VVVVVV's Commodore 64 style visuals get a lot of love, but
was behind. This may come in handy.
Strong government is built on strong technology, librarian, but you wouldn't know it to read Shelley's Frankenstein. She shuffles dead men's body...
An old Seiko cassette.
Can I help?
No, sir. This is your last home-cooked meal for a while, and you're gonna sit right there and not lift a finger.
That I can do.
I hope they feed you decently. Can't have you wasting away on me.
I'm sure they'll feed us.
Nice. That could be useful. What else can you find?
Where are you? Once again, I find myself sitting here, alone, talking to a computer with no one on the other side. David, I don't know what to do. I spent $14 on this microphone so that we could talk. I don't know where you are. I haven't heard from you in weeks. You said you would be...
Brilliant. Keep searching, you two. You've got a nose for this. What else can we grab?
Hello?
Mitchell? Hey, it's...
Leslie.
Leslie, yeah.
What's up?
Sorry,
Hey, don't be sorry. What's going on, darling?
We're close. Let's find just a bit more. We should have enough to make this Pris rack disappear.
Nice.
Truth bomb number 1. I was a little skeptical that the super indie team at Supergiant could buck the sophomore slump following Bastion. Truth bomb number 2. When I first sat down to play Transistor, I was confused as to why this wasn't just another action RPG beat-em-up.
Resolved by Mark 3.
I'll check his pockets. I got something.
If like me you own a next-generation portable, then you have to check out Escape Plan by Funbits Interactive. Lil and Larg need your help. They find themselves in a booby-trap-laden house of horrors. Get the...
Let's see what he's got on him.
Rarely has a puzzle game contained such a compelling and well-written narrative as Crow Team's The Talos Principle. A deep philosophical undercurrent courses through the many challenging
Huh?
Oh no. And he sees. What's yours is mine.
Zamyatin's We is a near sibling to Pasternak's Zhivago, both truants of the Russian Revolution of 1917.
Ares 31, Roger. Watch the southeast sky above the Perseus Gap.
This blueprint can be realized at the 3D printer in the archives near the library. A portable cassette player would come in handy if you have any audio cassettes you want to listen to.
Take this.
Command and conquer.
Parents often call to ban Twain's Adventures of Huckleberry Finn for its language, and rightly so. But they fall short of the real problem. Books like this preserve the memories of societal failures like black slavery, much as crystal amber preserves sick blood. Crack the amber and you invite biohazard contamination. Crack the book.
I'll hold on to this.
Repeat transmission.
Let's see what he's carrying. Nice.
Gemini Rue has a sorrowful beauty to it. Built single-handedly, this sci-fi noir feels like both a love letter to early CD-ROM era adventure games and a lament on why these types of games aren't made anymore. What Gemini Rue lacks.
Mark 3.
A Zager cassette.
Above the Perseus Gap.
Let's go for the steel. I got something.
A fascinating experiment in the concept of flow, and the mesmerizing effect patterns and progression have on players. While I'm certain there are many interesting papers written about this game, I prefer to analyze flow from the perspective of that game company's evolution.
You received this manifesto?
No, I'm good.
What? Do I have your attention?
You're off to a good start. Keep searching.
要吃早饭吗？我不饿，我可以做粥。然后你应该出去走走，我会帮你清理好。不用。
Well done. What else?
总算安静了。我喜欢这样。
Aces. Keep looking.
这些是什么？他们只给我一个礼物。
We're nearly there. Anything else?
ID 1是我，我当。
Perfect. You've dug up enough dirt.
These nasty little minds, affectionately called sleepyheads, can really interrupt a Prizrak's patrol path. Something for the girl to keep in mind. I mean mind.
Prizrak checking in.
Let's see what he's got on him. Got it.
I know it's ironic, but I have banned my fellow Prizrak from playing Towerfall. In the free world, Towerfall is the perfect recipe for a great party. In Metamorphosis, it's fodder for Derringer to crash your raucous party and send your guests home with permanent reprimands. If pure, unadulterated fun has a direct correlation to financial success.
Listen to me, Sullivan. I want you to reopen the case against 933W, the one who called himself Weep. And don't tell me again you got more important things to do. His little honeypot is wandering the halls as we speak. Catch the sparrow, and you'll coax the raven out of his nest. Provided the boy is still alive.
Dear Headmaster, by the time you read this, I will have escaped. My mind is set on it. This place of yours is pure mathematical evil. You think that we're all ones and zeros, but we're not. And more of us every day are beginning to see through your lies about the outside. Once, you had me. I believed in you. In Metamorphosis. When I was a child, I dreamed of joining the Prizrak.
What is this? Your boyfriend's mixtape?
No, sir. It's a Zeger cassette. He addresses the pre-cals.
What do you mean?
The rant. Zeger, on the tape. He addresses Weep personally.
Who the hell is Weep?
I mean the...
Weep didn't need any encouragement.
You and the girl have reached a part of the facility even I've heard only whispered rumors and half-truths about I even. Hang on. I hope to return shortly.
What's yours is mine.
War troubles the heart and mind, librarian. Vonnegut's Slaughterhouse 5 would use the trappings of time travel to torment both.
Citizens of Metamorphosis, this is Matty Sade with the Morning Bell Online Edition. Tonight's breaking news concerns one of our most elite
Tonight's list? For your eyes only, sir. I see Mireille Prideaux's name is absent.
Sir, I have reason to believe the mentor has not been completely forthcoming with us.
You...
Study the results. We scrutinize the hard data, but we've outgrown our laboratory, and what we are able to accomplish outside our
We've got too much inflow.
But incomplete. We're already 10 paces ahead of the NSA. In terms of sheer volume, we've less than 1%. Not enough.
Overseer? Sir, I have Vice Admiral Matthews on the non-dial.
Gentlemen, this is Quinn Derringer, Chief of Prizrak. You may notice some of my men sweeping the operations center prior to the arrival. Now they know not to touch anything valuable, but let them do their work and give those rooms a clean bill of health before our overseer gets up there later tonight for his briefing.
Rizrak checking in.
Going in for the steel. I got something.
Station 16, this is Madame Prideaux. Close the investigation on Precal 390H. I've chosen not to recalibrate her at this time.
I'll hold on to this.
Wright's native son is the spitting image of Twain's Huckleberry Finn, reveling in the same societal failures from within the black perspective rather than from outside.
Hello? Hello? Oh, how does this work?
The books were not here an hour ago.
Good evening, citizens of Metamorphosis. From where I sit, I behold a shimmering panorama.
This was tonight. The last...
This is quiet. All's quiet here.
Going in for the steel. Got it.
NTR.
Let's go for the steel. Got it.
Huh? All's quiet here.
A cassette.
Brave Prizrak, relieved to be alive. New details leaked in kidnapping plot.
Attention! At ease.
Good find. You're old hat at this by now.
Hey, Mom, it's me.
That one could come in handy. What else?
Hey man, you working tonight?
Keep digging.
All of these must be taken.
Fabulous. Let's get to work. We'll have you to the surface in